Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be me responding to your unpopular K-pop opinions. So 2 disclaimers before we get started. Number 1, this video is not me trying to be offensive or rude in any way. If I disagree on an opinion that you have, it just means that we have opposing views. Number 2, I'm sorry if I didn't get to your opinion. There were a lot of comments down below, and I could only choose comments based on like whether or not I knew the group or stay in the group, and also if your comment was commented repeatedly also by other people, then I probably already answered it. So yeah. But with that out of the way, let's just get into the video. Okay, so the first opinion is NCT have one of the most unique concepts for boy groups in K-pop in general, and having different units that release different styles of music is such an amazing idea. They have such a diverse discography, from Walk You Home by NCT Dream to Baby Don't Like It by NCT 127. I agree with this. Even though it's been pretty difficult for me to get into NCT, I feel like their concept is very unique, but I also feel like it can turn off a lot of people. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe their subunits like switch around, so like they're switching members in the subunits, I guess. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. But if that is true, like that makes it like even harder for people to stand them, because like already with the unlimited members concept, it's pretty difficult. But like with them switching subunits around and stuff, that makes it even harder. So yeah, but I feel like their concept is very unique, and I want to see how it like plays out in the future. Next opinion is people don't stand groups for their visuals. Sorry. I'm so sick of hearing people saying this. I can't see their faces when I'm listening to their music. How do people still think this? I disagree with this. At this point, we all know K-pop is a lot more than just the music. So I feel like there are a lot of people who stan groups, members, soloists based on the fact that they're attractive. And I feel like there are a lot of people that don't even like the music that a group puts out, but they like them because the members are attractive, or like one sole member is attractive. But yeah, I disagree with this one. I feel like you can definitely stan a group based on their visuals. Next opinion is stop hating Cube for E'Dawn and Hyuna. Cube will flop. Their stocks are down. Honey, they're doing just fine. I love Hyuna and Pentagon, but still what they did wasn't a smart move. K-pop is just like a business. They went against the CEO, who is clearly their boss, and they got fired. I agree with this. I don't have anything against Hyuna or E'Dawn, but I feel like what they did was not a good move on their part. I don't think Cube or Hyuna and E'Dawn made some very smart decisions looking back at that situation. But yeah, people who were saying like Cube will flop are honestly not really aware of like all of the idols that Cube has of right now and how successful they are. Like CLC got their first and second win recently. G-Idol is doing really well right now. I believe Pentagon is still together. Don't quote me on that. But I feel like Cube will be fine, honestly. Next opinion is the BTS line distribution is awful. Jin literally gets 6 seconds and Jungkook gets like a minute or something. It's really unfair to not just to Jin, but to Taeyong and Jimin as well. This goes to any group in general with bad line distributions. And before you say that I'm hating on Jungkook, that is not the case. He's my bias and I love him with all my heart, but still. I agree with this. BTS's line distribution is really bad. I feel really bad saying this, but like it is. And I feel like I think there is only one title track where they've had an equal line distribution, and that was Mic Drop. But in all of their other songs, it's just like Jungkook, Jin, Taeyong, Jimin, Jungkook. But yeah, I definitely agree with this one. I get like I said in my last video, like I know I get the main, I get the role of main vocalist and stuff like that. But like also, if you're gonna put somebody in a group, you should let them sing and not just act like a backup dancer, you know? Like, yeah, I just feel like BTS's line distribution, it really needs to shape up, and I hope with this comeback they really start shaping up, because I want to listen to Jimin and Taehyung and Jim. Just, I want to hear them sing, god damn it. But yeah, I definitely agree with this opinion. Sorry I got so heated over that. Next opinion is BTS x Blackpink ships are the cringiest right now. Just why? They don't even interact. Like the other day I saw this channel called Jungkook's Rose, and yes, it's a Rose Cook channel, and one of their videos was talking about Jungkook glancing at Rose, and he suddenly has a crush on her now. That logic is stupid, LMAO. Don't even get me started on Liz Cook. Yeah, I definitely agree with this. And like, I would say this is a popular opinion, but like, I feel like it's not, because there are so many people that ship them together, and it's just like, it's so weird. Like, if you look at like the Liz Cook, like Rose Cook accounts on Instagram, they have a lot of followers, and that scares me, because I'm wondering like which one of y'all is like, oh haha, that's so cringy, and then like secretly following them. So yeah, I definitely agree with this. Like, there are so many people like shipping like Namjoon and Jisoo, or like Namjoon and Rose, or like Hosuk and like Jennie or whatever, or Yoongi and Jennie. Oh my god. I don't know if you all have seen this, but like there's like an edit of like a pregnant woman and his like her husband or whatever, and she had just given birth, but like it's Yoongi and Jennie's faces edited onto it. Oh my god, yeah. Blackpink x BTS shippers, like, they need to die off. Let's just say what everybody's thinking, honestly. Next opinion is, this isn't unpopular, but Wings was the best era. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I disagree with this. I feel like everybody says that Wings is the best era, but I just not feeling her, you know? But yeah, I mean, Wings was a good era, regardless of the fact that I wasn't a stan during that era. It was a good era, but I don't think it was their best, so sue me. Next opinion is, Jennie isn't a vocalist. I definitely agree with this. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh my god, she's so stable live, blah, 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 blah. But like, stability doesn't mean that you're a good vocalist. Like, it just means that you can like sing, rap live, but like that doesn't make you a good vocalist. And I feel like Jennie should stick to rapping more than she should singing, because I feel like, even though I don't think Jennie's that good of a rapper, I feel like she is better at rapping than singing. So yeah, I don't really think she's a vocalist either. Next opinion is, Jennie and Kai weren't a very good couple. Sorry. I agree with this. So when it was revealed that they were dating by Dispatch, this was like during a time where I was starting to get into EXO, and like Kai, I think like I was really into Kai. Like, I was like, oh, he's my bias, blah, 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 blah. And then it was revealed that they were dating. I was like, huh? Because like, I don't know, their personalities like are so different from each other. Granted, like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, they're not a good couple because they're not meant for each other, like, because I don't know Kai or Jennie, like, I don't know them like that, so I can't say that. But like, when they were revealed, I was like, what? Like, out of all the people I thought would be revealed to dating, like, I was not expecting them at all. And I can't really say much about how I feel like their relationship went, because they dated publicly for a very brief amount of time. And I honestly, like, I know a lot of people think that it's fake, but like, yeah, I'm kind of like questioning that, because like, I sort of think they were fake, but at the same time there are pictures of them together from like October. So I'm wondering, like, I'm just genuinely curious, like, about how their relationship went down, how they met and stuff like that. But yeah, they were kind of a weird couple, to be honest. I was not expecting them at all. Next opinion is, just because YG is a hip-hop based company doesn't mean vocal technique aren't important. A lot of their artists tend to get worse at singing from injury or regression. I definitely agree with this. If you guys don't know, I don't think I've mentioned it on here, but I'm a vocalist. I'm classically trained. And it pisses me so much, like, it pisses me off so much to, like, hear people say stuff like that. Like, just because you're doing, like, a different style of music, like, doesn't mean vocal, like, training isn't important. Vocal training is important in whatever style of music that you do, period. But like when people say like, oh, it doesn't really matter that much, they have like a more like hip hop style, like, and like if their vocalists aren't good, then like what's the point of that? Like, you know? Because like for example, Blackpink, obviously, like they're not a group that just does rapping. Like they have 2 vocalists. All of the members are vocalists actually. So like their vocal technique is still important. Like just because they're a more rap centric group doesn't mean you should neglect the vocal aspect of their performing. So yeah, I definitely agree with this. Next opinion is Irene and Yeri of Red Velvet aren't talented. They're both really pretty, especially Irene. She is the best visual of this generation. I like their characters a lot, but they aren't really talented compared to the rest of the group. Sis, y'all already know I'm gonna disagree with this. Like, I've talked about this before, but I don't think I've said it in this way. But like, I'm so sick of people comparing like members of a group to other members, because number one, it's just like, why? Like every member of a group serves like a different purpose, so like comparing them to each other just doesn't make any sense. And also like I feel like a lot of people think you can't be talented unless you're like the next like Mariah Carey or whatever, and that's not true. You don't have to be the next anything in order to be talented. Like I feel like a lot of you expect way too much of idols. Like you're expecting them to like take on some of the biggest names in music, and that's not gonna happen. Like there are definitely some idols out there who are very like arguably very, very talented, but like every idol that comes out of K-pop is not going to challenge Michael Jackson or Mariah Carey or other people like that. So I feel like your expectations for idols is a little bit too high. So I disagree with this one. Next opinion is some idiots only appreciate the main and lead vocals, saying they're the only talented members of the group, but guess what? The sub vocalists can also sing and may be more talented in other aspects. Here is an example. I agree and disagree. I feel like in some groups this is the case. Sorry, I can't speak today. But in other groups this isn't the case. Like I said, there are members of a group that aren't talented and just like are there as like fillers for whatever position they need them to fill. So I do and don't agree with this. It depends on the group. So yeah. Next opinion is Big Hit is a terrible company. I always see comments saying Big Hit is such an amazing company for BTS, but even somebody like me, not a fan, I can see BTS are never given breaks. They are never able to visit their families and just finished a world tour to go on another world tour. Companies like JYP and Big Hit need to calm it the fuck down with overworking their groups regardless of their passion to work. I definitely agree with this, and I definitely agree with the last part. Like on my first unpopular opinions video, people were like, oh well, BTS like working, like they like are perfectionists, blah 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 blah, but like that still doesn't change the fact that Big Hit overworks them. Like I promise you, Bang PD is not knocking on Namjoon's studio door like, you need to come out, you've been in there for the past 72 hours. Like it's like, I just don't understand why people are under the impression that, like, Big Hit is, like, begging them to stop working and, like, that they don't want to go, like, visit their families and have free time off. Like, yes, BTS may, like, you know, they may work a lot, they may like working a lot, but, like, that still doesn't change the fact that Big Hit also overworks them. Like, you can have 2 at the same time, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I agree with this. Next opinion is Love Yourself Tears, BTS best album to date, dethroning the former queen Dark and Wild. Disagree with this one. Dark and Wild is and forever will be the queen of all of the BTS albums. Unless this current album or like this upcoming album like really shakes the fucking table, then Dark and Wild remains superior. Nobody can come close to her perfection. So gonna have to disagree with this one. Next opinion is girl group dances are boring to me. I watch girl group performances and I find them so slow and simple and I get bored. I think the girls are amazing dancers, but most girl group dances don't use their talents. I prefer more complex dances, and I've seen some girl groups with good dances, but in general they're disappointing to me. I'm sorry to all my girl groups that I stan. Disagree with this one. I feel like we addressed this in the other video, maybe the first or second, I forget which one. But, like, not all groups need to be not all dances, I can't speak today. Not all dances need to be super complex in order to be like entertaining to watch. Like, even if they are easy, like they can still be entertaining to watch. The performance can still be entertaining to watch. And like, it's not like, I feel like a lot of people don't realize like complex dances don't always fit with every song. Like, for example, if you take like TT by Twice, a really complicated dance doesn't suit that song. It's more of like a simple dance that goes along with that song. So, and I feel like if you can't find any girl groups with like complicated dances, I feel like you're looking in the wrong places, because there are plenty of girl groups out there with really challenging choreography. So yeah, disagree with this one. Next opinion is not liking a group for their fans is a dumb reason not to support their music. It's okay if you don't like to be put under the title of ARMY because it gets a bad rep, but you shouldn't hate BTS for it. They can't control who they have as fans. I agree and disagree with this one. I feel like you shouldn't blame the artists, obviously, for their fans, but also, like, people don't realize that, like, standing a group, you have to have very heavy, like, contact with their fandom. And part of the reason why I avoided standing BTS for so long was because I looked at their fandom. I was like, you guys are on crack. And I still agree with that. But yeah, I feel like not standing a group for their fans is actually a valid reason to not stand the group, because it's nothing against the group personally, but it's just like your fans are making it very difficult for me to stand you because they are so weird and obsessive and whatever else. But yeah, I disagree with this one. I feel like that is a valid reason not to get into a group. Next opinion is Luna is a group that will die by its stans, regardless of its trolls or not. Luna has some diehard stans that will be the death of a great group, ruining their reputation and giving everyone a bad impression of those girls. On the other hand, Luna is a group that really stands out. I really think they have something special under the wraps. Hopefully we'll see it sooner rather than later. I agree and disagree with this opinion. I definitely agree with the last part. And I do sort of agree with the first part. Like, there are some Luna stans or people pretending to be Luna stans that give Luna and their stans a very bad name. As an Orbit, I've seen a lot of hate directed towards Luna and also Orbits in general. But I also think that Luna's talent, their concept, their music will outweigh their stans. And I used to be somebody who was like, I'm never going to stan Luna. And then now here I am standing them. So I feel like their talent will it'll outweigh their shitty stans that they have. Not that all of their stans are shitty, but the ones that are shitty, it'll outweigh them. Next opinion is BTS has reached their peak with the Love Yourself series, and their popularity and hype will start to slowly die down, especially with Big Hit's new boy group Text being debuted. I'm not really too sure about this one, because like with BTS, their new album is coming out soon, and I'm very excited to see how that will play out. But like, I don't know. I'm just like, I think it will be their peak, but also like there are plenty of times where we're like, this is gonna be like BTS's peak, and they just like blew up even more. So we'll see. I'm not too sure what will happen to them, but like I don't really have an opinion on this yet, because BTS are they're a very unpredictable group. But yeah. Next opinion is TBH. I don't want to be attacked for this, but I feel like BTS wouldn't be as big as they are now if they still kept up with the hip-hop type concept. Like, don't get me wrong, they had some bops during that concept era, like Tomorrow, Converse High, Coffee, Danger, Let Me Know, etc. But I don't think they would have been as big. But I might be wrong, but it might be nice if they did something like their older music, because they had good songs. I agree with this. BTS really didn't blow up until they started doing more, I don't want to say Western, because I don't want to get attacked, but like more mainstream sounding music. Please don't attack me, armies. But yeah, I feel like even though I love their older stuff, like I said, I feel like they wouldn't have been as popular with it as they are now. So as much as that pains me to say it, like, yeah, I agree with this one. Next opinion is unpopular opinion. BTS isn't just the maknae line. Also, J-Hope is really good looking. Woo! Somebody finally said it. Yes, I agree with this one so much. Like, I know that the maknae line is really popular, and believe me, I love the maknae line with all my heart. Like, I just love everyone in BTS so much, but like, my bias in BTS is Namjoon, and most of my bias records are in I don't want to butcher the word, so I'm just gonna say the older members of BTS are the ones that I tend to lean towards the most. But like, so many people just are like maknae line stands, or like their solo stands solely to someone from the maknae line, and it pisses me off so much because I'm just like, y'all sleep on every member of the, I don't want to butcher the word, but y'all sleep on the older members of BTS with the exception of like Yoongi. But yeah, I definitely agree with this one. And also, yeah, J-Hope is really good looking. Like, oh, that man is that man is gorgeous. But yeah, I agree with this one. Next opinion is Chaeyoung from Twice is so underrated. In my opinion, she's a very well-rounded idol, and people overlook her talents just because she's a part of Twice and because of their concept. I also think JYP is holding back her potential. She could easily be known as one of the best rappers in the third generation. Yes, somebody who finally agrees with me on this. Like, honestly, Chaeyoung is one of the most well-rounded idols out there right now. Like, she can rap, she can sing, she can dance, she has amazing stage presence, and people sleep on her for what? What do you gain? Like, honestly, explain to me. Like, Chaeyoung has so much talent, and she is like, I just want to see her put into a subunit so badly, or like her given like a solo song or whatever, because I just know she would pop the fuck off if she wasn't a subunit or had a solo song. But yeah, I definitely agree with this. People need to stop sleeping on Chaeyoung just because she isn't Chewy or Sana or Momo. But, and this is not me trying to throw them under the bus, but like, a lot of people sleep on members who aren't either in the J line of Twice or who aren't Chewy. So yeah. Next opinion is K-pop award shows are boring because you already know who's going to win before the show even starts. Before, it was fun to watch just to see if your favorites were going to win, but now it's just obvious. Yeah, I definitely agree with this. I'm not going to say much about this because we touched on this on my other video, but yeah, K-pop award shows are really boring now. I really only watch them just to like see the performances. But yeah, I definitely agree with this one. It's gotten really, really predictable at this point. And like, even with songs like, or albums like you think that should win, like there's always going to be like a more popular group that like beats them out to it because, you know, they're more popular. But yeah, I agree with this. Next opinion is I love Twice, love Twice. One of my alt girl groups below G-Friend, then Red Velvet. But I just can't see the talent in Mina or Chewy. It's just not there. I love their personalities and they're beautiful people, but like they're not very talented like at all. I agree and disagree with this. I think I may have talked about this previously, but like I don't think Twice, as much as I love them, I don't think Twice is a very well-rounded girl group. There are some members who are really talented in one area, but they lack very, very hard in another area. And then there are some members who just really aren't that good at anything. And this is not me hating on them at all, but like, and I think that they are very hard workers and that they have come a long way since their debut and they deserve all the success that they have now. But like, in terms of like, not just their sales, like their popularity, like looking at their actual talent as a group, there are members like Chewy and Mina who aren't the best at what their assigned position in the group is to do. So yeah, I agree with this one. Next opinion is I like BTS but don't really like the connections or theories for all of BTS's music videos, songs, comebacks. It's super confusing and hard to understand. People are saying text is now a part of it, and that just is going to get even more confusing. I definitely agree with this one. I don't follow any of the theories. Like, I became an ARMY very, very recently, and like people were like, well, this is connected to this from the Run music video, and this is connected to this from the Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video. I'm just like, y'all are doing the most. Like, I know they have like, you know, a universe and stuff, like the BTS verse, whatever it's called, but like I just cannot bring myself to like learn about it or follow it at all, because it's just like, it's just so complex, and it dates back like years and years, and I cannot bring myself to like follow it or like get into it. So yeah, I definitely agree with this one. Next opinion is, I hate those blinks on Twitter who are going on about Jennie and Kai were in love and Dispatch broke them up. Seriously, we saw them together once, standing in a park or something. We can't say whether or not they were in love or not just because we don't know what their relationship was like. Also, pretty sure it was mainly for publicity. I definitely agree with this one. I definitely agree with the part about it being for publicity, because as soon as the hype around their relationship died, they broke up. So yeah, I definitely agree with that part. And also, people who are claiming that they're in love, like, as far as we know, they were dating for not even a year. They were dating for like a couple of months before they were revealed. And when they were confirmed to be dating, we never saw them together. Like, the only pictures we have of Jen Kai are like those pictures in like the park or whatever, or like Jenny going out to his car or whatever. But like, we got no pictures of them once they were confirmed to be together as a couple. So yeah, I can't speak for their relationship, obviously, but like, I feel like people are making it out to be more intense than it actually was. So yeah. Next opinion is, BTS should not have become popular in America. I'm happy that they achieved so much, but now the media just use them for views. Example, Grammy. They knew ARMYs would watch if BTS was there, even if it was for a crappy award. They don't really give a crap, but when does the media? Also, they gave some shitty ass fans that are honestly so annoying and ridiculous. I definitely, I have to agree with this. And this is not me saying like, oh, I want BTS to be how they were like back in 2014 when their fan base was so small. Like, I'm not saying that at all, but I definitely agree with the part where like they say the media uses them for views, because so many people like tweet about BTS because they know their tweet will get a lot of likes, they'll get a lot of attention for like tweeting about BTS, and like every single time ARMYs fall for it, and I'm just like, we're not doing this shit again. Like, we cannot. Like, y'all give anybody who even says the letters BTS, in no matter what context, like, just yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with this. Like, as much as I love BTS and as proud as I am of them about all of the success that they've had in America and around the world, like, I kind of can't help but wish that it never happened, because like we have so many people like just tweeting about them and not really giving a fuck about them, and like not actually recognizing them for their talent, and just as like, oh, that boy group with the crazy ass fandom. So yeah, I agree with this. Next opinion is, Blackpink was not ready for their US debut at all, and if anything, they ruined any impressions for future girl groups to debut in America. I agree and disagree with this. I don't think they ruined it. Like, I didn't really see Blackpink's US debut talked about that much, aside from like in other K-pop fandoms. But yeah, I don't think they were ready for their US debut at all, especially with the fact that they have, like I said before, 9 fucking songs. Like, they were so unprepared, and like YG is so horrible at managing them. And I'm just, things are not looking good for Blackpink, if we're being honest. Like, they do have a lot of international fans, but if YG keeps managing them the way he is now, then I don't see them getting nearly as big as people think they're going to. Next opinion is, Sassy Me should have been a title track. RBB is a bop, but many people say otherwise. But honestly, Sassy Me could have been more accepted. I am already imagining what the MV and choreo would look like. Yes, yes, I agree with this so much. Oh my god, Sassy Me is my favorite song on RBB, and oh my god, Sassy Me as a title track, the serve that would have been. Like, oh my god. I'm imagining, like, I myself have been, like, imagining, like, a music video for that, like the outfits, the choreo. I'm just like, oh, the serve this would have been. Like, RBB was good, but just, oh my god. Sassy Me as a title track. We want it. Yeah, I agree with this opinion. Next opinion is almost all girl groups are irrelevant. Whoops, it's slippery from all the tea I just spilled. Sis, what tea? What tea? This is toilet water. Like, how are you gonna say all girl groups are irrelevant? Girl groups own K-pop. The only boy groups that I can think of that are doing really well right now are BTS and maybe EXO. But other than that, girl groups honestly rule K-pop. Like, girl groups are relevant where? Show me where. Look at the sales that the top 3 girl groups have and say that shit to my face again. I'm sorry I got so heated about this, but I disagree with this one, clearly. Next opinion is JYP is fucking trash, and the fact that people think he cares about the mental health of his idols is insane. I definitely agree with this one. I mentioned this in my last video, but a lot of people seem to ignore it, and that is the fact that he literally pimped out the Wonder Girls to R. Kelly, who, if you don't know, is about to be convicted of sexually abusing 4 women. So yeah, and he had a role in that. But a lot of people just are so convinced that he's just this great guy that would never make his idols do anything they don't want to. And a lot of people mentioned in my other video, like, oh, he doesn't completely own JYP anymore. Like, he owns part of it, but, like, there are other people working with him on it. But, like, he still has a say in what his idols do. So, like, even if he doesn't completely own the company anymore, he still has a say in what his idols get to do. So next opinion is Aegyo is fucking cringe no matter who does it. I don't care how old they are. I can't watch it. I disagree and agree with this. Aegyo is a part of Korean culture, so I feel like we should respect it for that reason. But, like, I can understand why people think it's kind of cringy, especially if the person doing it is, like, a lot older than, like, an age deemed appropriate for it. But yeah. Alright, so that is all for this video. Thank you for sitting through this with me. If you want to, comment your unpopular opinions down below. I might do a part 2 of this if enough people, like, want me to. But yeah, just to get, once again, I'm not trying to be offensive or rude to anybody unless your opinion was rude. But yeah, that's all for this video. Love you guys. Bye!